Hello and welcome to Community Conversations. My name is Beach Pace and I'm the mayor of Hillsboro, and today we are joined by Darcy DeBord, entrepreneur, but owner of White Birch Design Company. Welcome, Darcy.
Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, sure. So we are here in Reed's Crossing in South Hillsboro, right next door to your new location. I'm very excited that you have a new location in Hillsboro. And tell us, why did you choose Reed's Crossing? Why did you?
So it was actually easy to choose this location. Hillsboro's done this fantastic job with this planned community. I know it was a big undertaking, but they've done a fantastic job getting people here to kind of like a new town in a sense for us in Hillsboro. South Hillsboro is large. Mm-hmm. It's got fantastic parks and community events. And so to add to this area was just kind of a no-brainer. They decided to put in a very large shopping center with a really good anchor of market of choice. And so we decided that we thought this would be a really good place for us to have some roots as well.
Wonderful. And so this is your third location overall?
It is our third location. Okay. We've grown a lot since 2017. We started in downtown Hillsboro. The pandemic kind of threw us for a little bit of a loop like everyone else. And so we looked at what it would take for us to grow in a conservative way. And we ended up in Cedar Mill. And we kind of followed Insomnia there, actually. They decided to open a location.
Yeah, I know you were right near each other.
And then pretty soon it was like, oh, this might be good for us as well. And then as Cedar Mill came on and the success was so good, we decided, let's look again. And we got contacted by Reed's Crossing to come look at us, actually. So that was really exciting. And then we kind of drug Insomnia with us. So then we were able to have a favor go both ways.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you've been a business owner or running White Birch since 2017, is that right?
Well, we technically have been running White Birch since 2006.
Oh.
We were just in a design firm then. So as I kept
Hence White Birch Design Company. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
As our company grew in interior design, I kind of wanted to have a brick and mortar where we could have product for our client here and not have to run to Portland all the time. So that's kind of what kind of got us started into having a brick and mortar. And then as the brick and mortars have grown and expanded, I retired from interior design in December of 23. And with that, then we knew we could really kind of expand larger.
You had more capacity.
We had more capacity, more bandwidth, just time in general.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what's it like to be a small business owner right now?
It's interesting because we get this question a lot, and I would say that with the word small business, there should just be challenge in that description. People will be like, what are your challenges as small business owners, or what is it like? And I'm like, well, what day is it? Because there's a challenge every day. But generally, I think our biggest challenge right now is really just getting people in the door. Online has really found its way after the pandemic. More people are working at home, more people are working different work weeks. There's a lot of life-work balance, and so people just aren't out and about as much as they used to be. So I'd say challenges there's many, but generally, if we can get someone in the door, we can sell something to them.
Okay. Well, I've been in your shop. I love your shop.
Thank you.
So many cool
Thanks.
things. If you were asked, or you were talking to somebody about your experiences as an entrepreneur, what might you highlight?
Entrepreneurs, we're an interesting bunch. It takes a lot of gumption and grind. Yeah. And I think there is great things that come from having entrepreneurship, but there are challenges as well. But I think that if you're one who really wants to be part of a community, find a way to connect, meet fantastic people, travel a little bit, enjoy the greater things that life has to offer, I think entrepreneurship is for you. But again, it's not for everyone. There are days when I would love to be able to go to a job at 8 a.m. and then at 5 o'clock feel like I just shut the door and go home.
I'm done.
Yeah, right? I'm done.
Yeah, you're never done.
As you well know, in your job as well, that's not entrepreneurship really. So if I were to say something to someone about entrepreneurship, there is no turn off point. You're kind of on 24 hours a day. There's lots of times when you can kind of set it aside, but just know that you're always the boss and you're always running And I think that can be one of the challenges for sure.
I can see it be exciting and challenging.
Absolutely.
All in like
all in one
day.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, what time is it? What hour is it? There's wins and there's losses, and you just have to be able to run with both of those.
So you mentioned getting community in the door, or customers in the door, but I have noticed over the years as I've gone to White Birch that you build community and you have events and you're part of events, et cetera, downtown. And so I was wondering, what does community support mean to you?
Community is everything to us. Without community, there is no White Birch. I've told my story a few times. I'm sure people have heard it before, but in 2014, my sister committed suicide. And after, coming out of the darkness for a while and trying to find the light again, I kind of realized, like, I just wanted to have more human connection with people. And you never know what's going on with someone. You never know what shoes they're walking in and what footsteps they're trying to mimic or follow. And
what they're going through.
Yeah, absolutely. And you really don't know. And so wanting to find a way to have community connection and meet people and understand and maybe just give them a small piece of happiness in a day. And so really that's why White Birch was created, was to, yes, support me in the design business, but it really was about creating a really happy space that someone could walk into and feel like they could talk to the person across the counter. If they had a bad day, if they've had a happy day, they're buying a gift, maybe they're having a grandbaby. I mean, there's all these things. And really that's what community is about, is getting them connected. And the pandemic has pushed on that a little bit. We all were hibernating in a sense, and then we're trying to step back into a different work world and a different world of connection. And so we at White Birch try really hard to help create that in our little spaces here, that when you walk in the door, you really feel like, hey, I'm part of this. I'm part of this family. Our social media includes my family often. People know when my daughter was playing softball. People knew when my daughter became a nurse, or when one moved to Sacramento. So I like that they walk in and they act like they know me. They'll be like, hey, Darcy. And, I've met them twice, but they feel like they know what's going on, and that's important to us.
Well, first, thanks for sharing about your sister. That is, I think, a tough life event to go through.
Yeah, and I think it's important people talk about it, because it is one of those things where it seems like it's always been kind of a bad word in a sense.
You hush it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that, but there's so many people that are affected and connected by that, and I think that it can be powerful and rewarding to get people to understand that it is there, it is out in front of us, and what can we do so that people know they're not alone.
And I like how you turned it into action. So this has happened. You mentioned you went to a place, and then you came out of that place saying, how do we create connection?
Yeah, and it's helped me too. I mean, the overwhelming support of the community in that story has just been fantastic, and I appreciate it. It's been really rewarding for me and healing at the same time.
And I feel like you're meeting people's needs, right? People who want to connect, people who may feel isolated and they want a place to go to, and you provide that with many of your events.
Thank you.
Just the warm, welcoming nature of your store.
Thank you. If
It,
that's how you feel, then we've
That's
won.
how I feel.
That's how we're getting there. So.
I haven't met anyone who doesn't feel like. Everybody I know who goes to White
so
Birch
nice.
feels like that. They feel welcome.
Thank you.
So, talking about the different locations, do you know yet, because you just opened recently, do you know yet, is there different stylistic needs for people in South Hillsboro? Or just talking about your other locations, is there a greater request at the different locations?
Yeah, I mean, all our locations are a little bit unique, and we do try to figure out who our customer is. This one is a little early still. We just opened, in the beginning of May. But I think this community is so diverse, culturally, age-wise, professions. I mean, we've met people all across the spectrum, which has been fantastic. And so we're still trying to figure out exactly who our customer is. But in the end, no matter who we are or where we come from, we all give gifts. All of us do.
all the time.
And it is one thing that has connected every customer we've had here. It's just like, oh, I found something for my sister, my friend, my granddaughter, my whatever. So I think we'll change as we learn more about the community here and as we grow. But right now, we can all come together with the language of giving, and that's been really good.
It kind of reminds me of when I walk in your shop, or it reminds me of the experience walking in your shop, and it was like, oh, I didn't know I needed that thing that I just saw. How do you curate those? I don't know. It's like you're in my brain, and others too, and they walk in and they're like, oh, I've wanted something like this. How do you curate those items? How do you know where to look? How do you do that?
Yeah, so I try to think about what I would want, obviously.
Okay. Right.
Curating is probably our number one word at White Birch. We just try to think about those things that are going to be either difficult to find or something really unique that someone would want to give someone to. It's probably our biggest challenge. And our biggest success is curation. I mean, we have hundreds of vendors, and I meticulously spend so much time picking out every single item in the gift side and the home decor side. And then I have an amazing apparel director who picks out our clothing now. But it's my love. It makes me happy. And I just think about, if I were to walk into a store, what would I be looking for? And, there's a lot more hits than there are misses. And so we'll just continue to do what we're doing. And we are a wants, not a needs business. And we have to keep that in mind. When the economy struggles slightly, people are going after the needs. And so what can we bring in that will help them be able to give a gift or find something special for that wedding they have to attend, or they're going to wear to their daughter's graduation? We keep those things in mind about what it is that they need in their want list, and how can we fulfill that.
I have to say, there have been times where I walked in and saw something, and I was like, I didn't know I needed that, but now I need it. So it goes instantly from a want to a need, instantly. So what's the one can't miss gift that really captures the White Birch aesthetic? And I have to say, I think this is a difficult question because you have different needs and different ages and interests. And
It is a really difficult one. And I'm not going to be able to land. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of things that sell really well.
That's good. Yeah.
I would think that probably our stationery in general, which is a little bit surprising, I would think, to some, because I think they feel like they can get a greeting card anywhere, or
not like yours.
But we really focus on our stationery, and we have quite a few card makers here locally, and not so locally, but US made. Lots of small makers. We bring in a lot of small card company makers that we really try to find those cards with the right message. It's not just a happy birthday card, it's really a connection card. And so I would say our stationery in general, we have a Market of Choice across the street. So I thought, well, I don't know how well our cards will sell here at this location. And then Mother's Day, we sold out completely of everything we had.
Wow.
So I would say the greeting cards, which is funny in a store like mine, where we have price levels from, $3 to $200. But the greeting card seems to be one of our big winners.
The land.
Yeah,
that's
for
great.
Sure.
So what are your 3 locations that you have, or what are all your locations?
So we have our first location, which is in downtown Hillsboro on 2nd Avenue. We have our second location is in Cedar Mill, which we call it our West Hills store because a lot of people can't make the difference between Cedar Hill and Cedar Mill. And so we are north of 26 on that one. And then our third location is here in Reed's Crossing, just next door. Yep. And then our fourth location will open in January of 2026 in the Vancouver waterfront.
What?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a blessing and a curse right now as you're trying to build it out, and it's getting close to the holidays. I don't think we're going to quite make it for the holidays, but we will right after the first of the year.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Good luck in that. And,
yeah.
And if somebody was watching this and wanted to visit White Birch online, how would they do that?
They can go to www.whitebirch.com. Whitebirch.com. Yes, that's correct. I had to think about it for a second. And they can see a lot of our offerings online, but we really do focus on being in our communities. We have the coin phrase, your neighborhood lifestyle boutique. So although we do sell online and we do have a large outreach throughout the country, we really do best if we can get them in our store.
Yeah.
And so we really hope that, they could shop us online, but we really hope and encourage them to actually come inside, because the experience inside is completely different than an online experience.
I would agree with that, because I've been to your White Birch website.
Yeah.
It's great. It tells me what you have, and that's great. But to be in the store, it's a totally different feel, and
It
that whole
is.
welcoming that you have going on. So,
Absolutely. Thank
awesome.
you.
Well, thank you, Darcy, for joining
Yes.
us today. And thank all of you for joining us today for Community Conversations.
Thank you.